Hello everyone, this is our next video of PCNSA series. In this video, we are going to discuss security profiles, action and configurations. And before start this video, if you have not watched the previous video, you just watch that previous video so that you can understand better way of the security profiles. So let's start with the antivirus. So antivirus profiles scan the firewall for virus and defined traffic, set the application supposed to be inspect for virus and action to take on when a virus is detected. The default profile inspect all the listed protocol decoder for virus and generate alerts for SMTP, IMAP and POP3 protocols while blocking the FTP, HTTP and SMB protocols. So it means that the antivirus profile scan the firewall for the defined traffic, set up the application, and that should be inspected for virus, and action will be taken if the virus is detected in the particular traffic. The default profile is available on the Palo Alto, inspect all listed protocols and decodes for virus and generate alerts for the SMTP, IMAP POP3 and other FTP, HTTP, SMB will be blocked, and SMTP, IMAP and POP3 will generate a logs. And there are few actions if you're going to apply this antivirus. So there are few actions available on the Palo Alto. The first is the default. Specify a default action internally for each signature antivirus defined by the Palo Alto. So it means that let's say if any threat or any virus has been detected on the particular threat, it is marked as a reset both in the action defined by the Palo Alto. So it will take the default action. With if it is allowed, it will be allowed. If it's a block, then it will be blocked. So the second action of the antivirus profile is the allow, which means the permit the traffic, does not generate the logs. And the third action is alert, generate an alert for application traffic flow. So if that particular application traffic will hit on the firewall, it will generate the alerts. The next one is the drop. So drop means that drop the application traffic, it will disconnect that connection. Next one is the reset client. In this action, reset client side connections in the TCP, and the drop will happen on the UDP side connections. So let's move further. So the other actions are available is reset server. Reset the server side connection for TCP and drop the connections for UDP. So you know that TCP works on three-way handshake. So in case of TCP, it reset the server side connection. In case of UDP, it's the standby, straightforward, it will drop the connection. And reset both, so it will reset the server and client both sessions and drop the UDP packets if it detected. So this was the actions which is available under antivirus profile. So let's quickly, we can see quickly, then we can go with the next topic. So if I go to the antivirus, so it is loading now. So whatever actions we have just discussed, we can see that security profiles also. To go to that security profiles, you have to go to this objects and this antivirus, and this is the security profiles tab. So let it clean it. So this is the security profiles tab. So in the security profiles, all security profile is available. So we will discuss one by one, and I will create another separate video to perform the lab and show you how we can create a particular profile and how we can apply. Since this is the lab VM, we don't have a Palo Alto license. So to work this proper, we need a Palo Alto license to work this security profiles properly. But I will create a different video to show you that. So if you see, when I click this antivirus profiles, there is a default profile created, which we can also use. If I open this default profile, so we will see the signature actions. So signature actions, if the FTP detected any kind of virus, then what will be the action? Default is a reset both. So this is just a action overview. And same is with the anti-spyware. Let's start with our anti-spyware. So the anti-spyware profile detect the connection is initiated by spyware virus stop on command and control. So if any C and C traffic which is generated, then anti-spyware will detect that particular traffic and will take the into the action. So the two action is available, default and strict. So default means that use the default action of every signature, specify the Palo Alto network. So it means that in every signature there is an action defined by the Palo Alto, whether it will allow or whether it will not allow or it will drop. So use that action. Or second will be the strict, that overrides the default action of the critical high and medium severity threats to the block. So if we have any severity like a critical high and medium, that particular signature they will mark as a block. Basically this will be marked considered as a threats. So in threats we have a medium, so critical level threats, high level threats and medium level threats. So in that critical high medium they will block it, whether regardless of whether in the default action might be they allow. But if we go for the straightforward, that particular signature will be denied. So let's just explore the anti-spyware also. So in the anti-spyware we have a two profile which I just show you, the default and strict. So default means it will take the default actions defined by the Palo Alto networks. Strict means whether it is allowed by the Palo Alto, whether it is not, the critical level, medium and high severity signatures will be blocked. If you open this strict, then it will show you the policy name, critical, this I was talking about, critical high level, critical high medium, the action is reset. But in the default, it is default. It is defined by the signature. If signature is having reset, it will reset it. But signature is don't have, then it will not. But in case of strict, they will reset it. So let's go with the third topic, which is the vulnerability protection. I just click it here so that you can load it. So in the vulnerability protection determines the level of protection against the buffer overflow, illegal code of execution, other attempts to exploit vulnerabilities. So if we have any known vulnerabilities like that buffer overflow, code executions, so if anyone try to attempt or exploit that particular vulnerability, then vulnerability protection will come into the picture, and they are having the two predefined profiles, default and strict. So let's explore the default and strict profiles on the Palo Alto VM. So if you see, this is the vulnerability profile, and if I go for the strict, then most of the thing you will take action as a reset. So when you, even in case of anti-spyware or in case of vulnerability, if you go for the strict, you are blocking the more connections. If you go for the default, you are allowing the some connections. So as the name suggests, strict means you are blocking more connection, and default means you are dependent on the signature actions. So this is the rule, simple client connect, and this is the host type, and this is the severity. If you have action, then we will cover into next. And this was related to the vulnerability profile, where we have a two profiles, strict and default. Strict means you are moreover okay to reset the connections. Default means you are rely on the applications default signatures. If the default, let's say any vulnerability is detected like buffer overflow or cross-site scripting, and that buffer overflow, let's say defined as a deny, then the connection will be denied. But if it's allowed, the connection will be allowed. In case of strict, you have multiple blocks available, so it will block the more connections. So the third one is the URL filtering. So as this name suggests, so URL filtering basically to control the user access to access the unauthorized sites, which is mentioned here, the how users want to web over HTTP and HTTPS connection. And the default Palo Alto is having default profile, which is having that known malware sites and phishing sites adult contents. They are already having blocking these connections. If you want, you can create your custom category and custom profile, and you can block those connections which is not needed in your organizations. So this was related to the vulnerability, and we can just quickly go through also. And we have that custom URL database. We can create a custom URL fields, and those all things are available to you. These are the predefined categories. So by default, this let's say use abuse and drugs, and these categories are blocked. So you can create the new profile, and you can manipulate the things as per the requirements. So let's go with the other topic, wildfire analysis. So wildfire analysis profile to enable wildfire to know the unknown files and emails for wildfire analysis. Let's say any file which is comes to your network, or any email which is coming to your network which is not familiar with your organization policy, or which is not known to your organization, or which is not known to the whole world, I would say, then specify those application for the wildfire analysis. Then Palo Alto is having their criteria and their tools to perform that wildfire analysis. If they found this is the malicious traffic, they will create a signature, and then that signature will be pushed to all Palo Alto security devices, and those traffic will be straightforwardly blocked. Then files or email containing the match profiles are either wildfire public cloud or wildfire private cloud. They have a both cloud depending on the analysis location on the define on the rule. So basically on the rule you have to define that, and if a profile is to forward the wildfire public cloud, the firewall also forward that match existing signature versus unknown file. So let's say that your security profiles do the checks, and they found that this is not available in the database, so they will go that traffic will sort for the wildfire analysis, and which is here wildfire analysis. So where you want to send, they have mentioned it that what will be the direction, and you want to send the public cloud or private cloud, and the direction of the traffic. And if you want, you can create it, you can define the applications and other things. So for this thing, and these all security things, we required a license to explore them more. So, and the last topic of this video is the file blocking. So as the name suggests, attach this profile to the security profiles, allow the traffic to and from the less sensitive application to block. Files are commonly included malware attack campaigns, or that have no real use case of uploads and downloads. This profile blocks the upload download. So basically the purpose of this file blocking is to block the unknown extensions like the CPL, DLL, OCS, and there are the two ways or two file blocking mechanism or two file blocking profile is available. First one is a basic profile, and second is the strict profile. In the basic profile, attach this profile to security profiles that allow traffic from less sensitive application to block that are commonly included in malware attack, have no real case. So these are the extensions which are the less sensitive. Okay, so that this we can allow it. And then in case of strict file blocking, use this script file use this strict profile to security rules allow access of your two most sensitive applications. So again, that name suggests in the Palo Alto term, if you are applying any strict policy or strict profile, you are blocking the more connections. And if let's explore this file blocking also. In the basic profile, basically what Palo Alto is doing, that they are blocking the less number of types, and in the strict they are blocking the high number of file types. In the basic file blocking, these are the file types which is block. If you see the strict file blocking, there are more file types is blocking, and the direction is both. So the difference is both in that basic and strict. Basic we have a less block, and strict we have a higher block. So we can create a new profile to protect the network. So this was the video related to that security profiles, how we can secure our networks, how we can do for the different types of these security features. In the next video, I will create a practical session